Hello, lovies. Today we're going to do the sound that J makes, J. And the picture, the wall card that I used had a little girl who was jumping with her jump rope. So we would say jumping jump rope, jumping jump rope, J, J, J. And you know that if you just make the letter J, that makes the J sound, of course. And take a look at D, G, E. This is such a crazy one because D, G, E is going to make the sound of J, J. There's no J in that. We practiced that a little bit a long time ago. The green box means there's going to be a short vowel. So anytime in a word that D, G, E is put for the J sound, it has to have a short vowel in the beginning. And the crazy thing is, because these letters look so crazy, remember that your brain is always taking pictures. It doesn't take pictures of D, G, E very often. So it's kind of easy to spot in a word. What I've done today is I've put that little picture to remind you. So let's try bridge, bridge. You see the little girl jumping jump rope? That was an older picture we used to use. But I put it there to remind you we're only going to say J. All right? And there's the bridge. I think that's London Bridge. G, A, Ga, J, et. Gadget. And a gadget is some kind of crazy tool. That man is Inspector Gadget. He was a little cartoon man. But look at that crazy knife. It has all these different gadgets that slide out from it. A gadget. All right. B-A-J. Badge. If you didn't remember that and you tried to go bad, G. So D-G-E is going to make J. Badge. Just like a police badge or a fireman's badge. There's badger. Badger. And a badger is that little animal. And in all the Francis books that I like to read, Bread and Jam for Francis. Francis is a little badger. Two sounds. E-j. Edge. There's the edge of the pool. D-a-j. Three sounds. Dodge. And dodge means get out of the way of something. That game is called dodgeball. And you throw the ball. If you get hit by the ball, then you're out. You have to stand on the side until there's only one person left. And when you play that game, you try to dodge the ball. You don't want to get hit with the ball, so you try to get out of that ball's way. Dodge. Pledge. Pledge. And in school, we say the Pledge of Allegiance every day. And these are the words to the Pledge of Allegiance. And these are the words to the Pledge of Allegiance to the Christian flag. So we can say the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. And what that means is we're going to be true. We're going to be true to our country. We're not going to do anything that would hurt our country. We won't let spies in, or we want to be true to our country. And of course, when we pledge allegiance to the Christian flag, we're saying we're going to be true to let me read it for you. I pledge allegiance to the Christian flag and to the Savior for whose kingdom it stands. One Savior, crucified, risen, and coming again, with life and liberty to all who believe. That's what a pledge is. All right, judge. And in a courtroom, the judge is the one that sits up front and listens and then decides what will happen. Hedge. All right. A hedge is like a little wall that's made out of bushes. This hedge is nicely trimmed. This is the hedge down the side of my house. I need to trim that so it looks a little neater. But it's a hedge. Hedge. Hog. Hedgehog. Yeah, a little hedgehog. I've never seen one in person, but they look so cute. Ledge. And ledge is a little part that sticks out. Here's a window ledge that you can put some plants on. That's on the inside. And these ledges, sometimes birds can sit on them. If you have a chalkboard, there's usually a ledge where we put the chalk and the eraser, so it's easy to find when we go to use the ledge, when we go to use the chalkboard. Oh boy, this word grudge is something good or something not so good. Not so good. If you hold a grudge, it means that you've not forgiven someone. This boy is saying, I'll get you someday. He's remembering something that happened to him, and instead of forgiving, he's holding a grudge. You don't want to hold a grudge. You don't want to remember the bad things that have happened. It's better to forgive and keep going. Ridge. And ridge is a neat word. It's things that go up and down. If you feel them, they're not smooth. Ruffles have ridges. That potato chip, look at the ridges on that seashell. Or those are blinds, and they're not smooth. They go in and out and in and out, and those are ridges. Nudge. And nudge is one guy's got his little elbow and he's nudging the other guy. He's not hitting him hard. He's not knocking him over. He's just nudging him a little bit to get his attention. Usually if we nudge somebody, we're not going to say anything. We're just letting you know, yeah, that's a funny thing, isn't it? I'm going to nudge you. So we both think about what's so funny. Lodge. Very good. Lodge. And a lodge is usually a building that's out in the woods. It can be a building that you sleep in, like a little cabin. Sometimes they're more even like little hotel lodges, but they're out in the woods, and a lot of times they're made out of logs and stuff, a lot of wood since they're out in the forest. Wedge. All right, this is a good one. A wedge is something that's been cut so that one side is much fatter than the other side. And Lige, if you look at that Parmesan cheese that you love so much, it was cut in a wedge. Or the watermelon. That watermelon looks delicious, doesn't it? And look here. This is a doorstop, and you put it under the door, and since it isn't all the way the same size all the way on both sides, it goes up because it will hold the door. The door will go over a little part of it, and then this is too big to fit through the bottom of the door. So it's a good way to push it into a door so the door doesn't close. It's a door stop. It stops the door from closing. Smudge. Smudge. And a smudge is when you smear something. Now first I want you to look at this picture. This looks like it was such a good picture of a bird, but it looks like maybe they used chalk and they brushed their hand against it before it got dry. Maybe they used ink and they smudged it. And I could have used a lot of pictures. Here's Abe, and he has smudged that paint all over him. He's got a smudge. I was going to say a smudge on his face, but he's got it on his hands and on his belly. But I think he had a good time that day. All right, we did D, G, E. Now take a look, because on our wall card, there's another spelling, G-E. Isn't this crazy? When you see G-E, it's going to give the sound J. This is what we call a soft G. If you see just G in a word like goat, G, that's the hard sound, and J is the soft sound of G. We did that with C, remember? We did S and we did K. So that was hard and soft C, and this is hard as G for the G. And when a G and an E is, it's going to give the soft sound J. All right, let's try some. J, M. We still have to give the vowel sound. Gem. Gems are beautiful. They're stones that have color. Gem. Gen, I'm not finished. Gentle. Gentle. If you clap out gentle, you've got gentle. And remember that every syllable needs a vowel. So that E at the end, it's not doing anything. It's not making a sound. It's the vowel for that part, for that syllable, because we have two syllables, gentle. All right, and you know what gentle is. You guys were looking at that butterfly. You were being very gentle. And of course, a newborn baby, you need to be gentle with a newborn baby. All right, take a look, because it's J, and then I need the E to be curly bird. Gerbil. Gerbil. And a gerbil, a lot of people have a gerbil for a pet. It's like a little mouse. It has to live in a little cage, a gerbil. How about, take a look at that. First, count how many letters are in that word. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 letters. How many sounds? L, R, J. 3 sounds. Large. And I think that's a big kind of satellite dish. But can you see the cars? Do you see the size of those cars? So that satellite dish is very large. And another word that means the same as large is huge, because the E is going to signal huge. And it means the same thing, so I put the same kind of picture. That is huge. All right, take a look. It's easy since I did colors. When you're reading a book, they don't have colors for sound spelling cards. Ch-R-J. Charge. I've got 2 different kinds of pictures. Could be charge cards. If I don't use cash money, paper money, dollars and quarters, then I can put it on a charge card. Or charge. Charge means they're going to run forward. All right. Age. And Titus says, I am 3. That's his age. That was a fun day. age, a page of a book. Age, like a bird cage. Rage, rage. Oh, rage means you're very, very angry. He had such a rage. He was, rage. Stage. They're on the stage up high so everybody can see them. All right. General. And a general is an army word. The general is the one that's in charge. You always salute the general. Band. Bandage. Going to put a bandage on that arm. Garbage. Yeah, kind of stinky. Post, good. Postage. And postage is the stamp that you put on a letter. That pays. You have to buy the stamp. And that money goes to pay the mailmen and the people that work in the post office. Postage. Fringe. Fringe. And you can take a piece of paper and just cut straight lines after straight lines all around the edge, and you will fringe that paper. Hinge. And a hinge is something that you put between two pieces of wood so that you can open and close them. If you just nailed these two pieces, they would have to stay like that. But since this hinge is here, then you can open and close it. Cabbage. Cabbage. Remember when we have a word and there's two letters of the same kind, I'm going to send one to the front and one to the back when I blend it. Cabbage. There's red cabbage, and I think that's green cabbage. Look at how cabbage grows. That farmer has a lot of cabbage he can sell to the grocery store. Village. And a village is a little town. A lot of times in stories, they'll say they went to the village. All right, we did DGE, we did GE, but we are not finished. Now we're going to do GI, and that's J again. But take a look, because GI, this line means there's going to be another letter. GI is not going to ever end a word. We're going to need another letter there. All right, so magic. Giraffe. And I think if I'd have just shown you the word, you may have already known that was giraffe. Because remember, your brain takes pictures, and giraffe is kind of a funny word, and it's easy to for your brain to see it, to learn that one. There's the giraffe. Look at how he has to do his legs to bend down to get a drink of water. His size really helps him when he's eating the leaves off the top of a tree. But boy, if he has to get a drink of water, he really has to bend himself down. Ginger. And ginger is a root, and it grows, and we shave it. We use the shredder, trying to think of what that word is, and shave the ginger, and then we use that for ginger bread and a gingerbread boy. Giant. Giants aren't real. And somehow in stories, they always seem to be mean. But we could pretend and make a story where our giant is nice. How about engine? Engine of a car. Ready for a sentence? There it is. Giraffes are large and giraffes are large and gentle. Gentle. Read the whole thing for me. Giraffes are large and gentle. Yes. Although they do fight with each other with their necks, they do fight. The gems. All right. We'll start at the T. Glitter. The gems glitter in the sun. If you put those gems in the sun, because the way they're cut, they'll be beautiful. The man on the stage did a, okay, read it. What do we have so far? The man on the stage did a magic trick. Read the whole thing for me. The man on the stage did a magic trick. All right, take a look. It's going to be a signal. Aid. Ready? I'm going to try to go fast. Mid, wide, blade, glade, grade, shade, spade, trade, arcade. Good reading. See you later, alligator. Into the blizzard, little lizard.